loves, welcome back. It's Lorena. Today I'm here with a semi-chatty get ready with me. I know it's been a few months since I've been on here. I'm so sorry. Life just happens, guys. Like, no one plans to take months off at a time. It just happens, you know, things come up. So yeah, but right now it's summertime. I have time off. I was like, let's do this. Let's get back into it. I miss you guys, and so why not just kind of catch up on my life. Nothing super exciting going on. Some funny stories to share while I do my makeup. And yes, I haven't been doing my makeup, FYI, at all. Like, for the past few months, I've maybe done mascara, maybe a gloss, but I honestly, like, really dropped the ball. Hadn't done anything like this in a really long time. So I'm excited. I like how it turned out. And if you want to see how I did this and kind of catch up with me, then just keep watching. Guys, I have not been on here in forever. So yeah, let's get going. I always say I'm going to do a semi-chatty get ready with me because honestly, I start talking and it takes me forever, and when I'm editing, I'm like, why did I talk so much? So I'm just gonna like talk to you guys sporadically throughout this video. But yeah, I haven't been able to film mainly because my household is too busy. There's too many people here. They're too loud. It's just too much. That's my main reason for not having to film or been able to film in the summertime. And then during the school year, I was so busy with work. I started working as a translator at a high school. I mentioned this in my last video, my last update. And then the activities clerk position opened up and they asked me to fill in that. And it just became really hectic. So I was working two jobs. I was working at the high school and I was still working with a family member at their own offices, and it was too much. Literally, I would leave like at 6:45 in the morning and come home like at 9:30 at night every day, and still working Saturday. So it was a lot. I didn't have time to sit down. So I'm sorry that I fell off the face of the earth, but we're back and we're getting ready. So I already primed my face. I used the optical illusion from Urban Decay. I love this stuff, and I was recently at Sephora trying a new powder foundation, and the consultant was like, let me help you out. Your skincare is more important, because I was breaking out like crazy and had a pretty stressful couple of weeks, and I slacked on my skincare, so my skin reacted. I had breakouts like all up on my chin, and I knew what was happening, but she's like, let me help you out with your skincare, and and she's like, what primer do you use? And I was like, oh, I use this one. She's like, oh, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop using that because it's obviously clogging your pores. And I was like, no, these breakouts are from something else. Like, I know what my breakouts are from. She's like, no, I can promise you if you stop using that, you'll stop breaking out. And I was like, girl, like, rude. So yeah, bad experience at Sephora, but I love this stuff. I don't care what she says. I know this don't clog my pores. It just smooths everything a lot better than other primers. So love this thing. So I applied that, and then I applied the Essence I Heart Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. I hadn't used this in forever. Honestly, I have not done my makeup in so long that like everything is just, look at this palette. Can you see like that? That's shameful. That's not even like, eek, like all my palettes have like dust. Not even just my palettes though. When I picked up that primer, I was like wiping it down before I used it. Literally all my makeup has like dust collected because I have not been using it. Like, it's just been a get up and go, maybe some mascara kind of few months. That's another reason I haven't filmed, because there's been nothing to film. So yeah. Alright, now that we've blabbed through that, y'all know I'm going to go into MAC Vlog Type to set the shadow primer. I'm at the point where I haven't used eyeshadows in so long, I'm not sure I remember how. Like, to blend correctly. You know what I mean? Does it happen to you? Like, you don't use a particular skill for so long that you're like, how does this work? How did I do this? I used to do this every day. I used to be okay at it, and now I'm like, tutorial please, you know, like, anyways, I don't think I'm that bad, but like, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, I haven't done like a colorful look in forever. If I have done my eyeshadow, it's been like something through the crease to just kind of give it definition or depth, and then that's it. Like, good times. There's construction outside and they're honking at each other. Yeah, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry. Tried it. Okay, my window's closed as much as possible. Alright, we're off to a great start, guys. Alright, so what am I gonna do? I was recently in MAC and I backed to MAC some products, and I picked up Trax, which used to be one of my favorite shades. So I'm gonna try to use that today. For that, I'm gonna use, okay, for my shadow singles collection, I think this is a Makeup Geek shadow. Yeah, this is Unexpected. I don't know if they still sell this. Sorry, guys. Let me blow that through the crease. So yeah, what have I been up to? Working a ton. I haven't even like had time to like hang out with friends. I miss my friends. I finally caught up with my girlfriend 2 nights ago because it was her birthday. 2 weeks ago. So I took her out to dinner for her birthday, a little bit late. And that was super fun. And we're just sitting there like reminiscing and catching up, and that post-college life, everyone moves on, moves away, starts grad school, starts this, starts families, you know, so it's not the same. We also bought a bunch of goodies for our friend who joined the Navy and is in Japan. We're like, let's send him some Mexican candy because he's Mexican as F and we know he misses it, and it'd just be nice to like send him like a little thinking of you care package from friends, you know. So we buyed the stuff, and then I lost the address, so I messaged her yesterday and was like, I can't find the address. She's like, oh yeah, here. So yay for people who are organized, because she's like, oh yeah, I wrote that down. Yeah, I screenshotted it, and then I lost the phone it was screenshotted on, and apparently my iCloud did not update all my pictures, which now makes me wonder like what else I'm missing. Good times. Good times. I had too many pictures on there to really remember though, so yeah. Ooh, that is prettiful. I should use this more often. I need to, you know, step up my makeup game lately. But I also step up what I'm using, because I've literally been using like one palette. Like I said, I haven't been doing makeup much, and when I do, it's literally like just this like a crease shade and a little bit of Blanc type all over, and I'm done. So yeah, that's super pretty though. Okay, I'm gonna go in with tracks on a flat shader brush. This is a really old Sigma one, but I love it. Oh, it's dustier than I remember it being. And more purple. Okay, good to know. Well. It's weird because it looks really dusty here now. You know what? I'm going to take a more purple shade through the crease. This is Fig 1 from MAC. Alright guys, I went ahead into my liquid liner, which is not the best, but that's never been my skill, and now that I have less practice, it's even worse, so I'm okay with how it turned out. I know it's got problems, it's okay. And I'm going to try this Glide On Gel Matte Pencil from Physicians Formula in the waterline, if I can get it open. Scissors. Yeah, and I did go in with a ColourPop shadow under my lash line. This is one of my faves. It's so old though. This is Belladonna Lily. Pretty sure this was continued a while back, but I haven't got rid of her because I love that minty aqua-y kind of shade. So it's probably not safe to be using, Lorena. I mean, yeah, but no eye infections yet, so I'm gonna leave it. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad I said this is going to be a semi-chatty. Get ready with me, because I obviously haven't chatted much. Construction outside is just not conducive to too much chit-chat. But yeah, so one of the things I learned in my time working at the high school this year is wow, parents will enable their kids like no other. It is crazy. I had mothers who were calling in like, oh, my son's not coming to school today. And I'd be like, okay, why? They don't want to, so I didn't make them. What? And you have parents who, like, their little darling hasn't done any homework, falls asleep in class, slacks off, takes off for bathroom breaks all day, every day. But then we call them for a meeting because their child is failing every class. And they come in on the defensive like, well, you guys are obviously doing something wrong because, like, I send them to school on time and you guys say they're late and da 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 da. And they told me they turned everything in. I'm like, okay. I told them I was a cheerful person, but I'm not. You know, everybody lies. Obviously, your child lies to you. It's their teachers that don't like my son because of XYZ. Well, I mean, yeah, personalities will clash sometimes, but all 6 teachers can't hate your child. Like, really, really? And if they do, then obviously your child's a problem. Like, because our teachers are really nice. Like, some of these guys have, like, the kindest teachers because they're, like, special needs or whatnot. And they're still just, like, don't listen, doing drugs. It's crazy. You know what one of the craziest things was? During a 2-week period, we literally had to call for an ambulance 5 times. I was gonna say 4, but no, it was 5 times. 5 times in 2 weeks because so many kids were using some kind of like new wax marijuana thing that like was knocking them the hell out, giving them seizures. And you were like, oh, did you see that such and such? Really? If I give it a try, do you think I'll seize up? Like, seizures are not a joke, stupid teenagers. Like, they're not a joke. Just wanted to slap them. Yeah, so that was an interesting learning experience. This whole like first year in education, eye-opening. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll teach. I don't know if I have the patience for that, honestly. But then you have like the good kids who are like super sweet or super hardworking, dedicated, like they make it worth it, you know? So it's just like, ugh, I don't know. I need to decide. I need to either go back for my teaching credential or for my master's soon because this whole translating thing is awesome, but I can't live off of part-time work for my whole life, you know? Like, I need to be able to get a full-time job sooner rather than later. I'm not getting any younger. I want to have a retirement. So, you know. But yeah, it's been an interesting year. I really, really enjoy it. Also, when it comes back to the parents, I find it fascinating. Some of these parents, like, I get it, technology is not the easiest for everyone, but some of them are like not even that old and they don't know how to check their email. I felt really bad for the ones who are like, you know, recently arrived in this country and don't speak the language. Like, that's what my job is, to help. In those situations, sometimes they're like, you know, we don't have a place to stay. We had one mom who every week would have to come in with new receipts from the new motel they were staying in. And technically, her son could stay at our school. We have this program, or the state has a program. Is it state or federal? I think it's federal. Where, like, if a student is dealing with that, in order to give them a sense of stability, they are, like, locked into a school so that no matter where they're staying, they have somewhere to go. Like, they have, like I said, a vestige of stability, even if it's only in their education kind of thing. So this poor woman, like, every week would have to bring in a new receipt for the hotel they were staying in because we need to know where they are. It was a learning experience. And then some of them, like, I know you speak English, I know you read and write, like, I've talked to you before, all this stuff, and they just want us to do everything for them, and I'm like, no. So, like, a lot of times for, like, registration, they need to have their parent account. They were like, oh yeah, I don't remember what email I used. Can you just make me a new email and then just set up a new account? And I was like, no. Like, your child needs to come with you so that they can sit down and do this. I can help you get into the system, but I'm not supposed to do that kind of work for you. Like, my job is to facilitate, not actually do. And they were like, well, I mean, my kid's at school and da da da. Like, well, they don't know how. I'm like, okay, but if your child's in high school or coming into high school, they understand computers and they need to learn how to fill out forms anyways. So have them come and you can both learn together. It was interesting. And then I had the parents who, this one lady, her son had moved to a different district. No, not a different district, different school in our district. And she was like, yeah, but he's been here for 3 years. Next year is his senior year and he wants to graduate with his friends. So you need to keep him here. And I was like, okay, the principal or the district will decide whether or not your student stays. Fill out this form. I'll make sure that that gets processed as soon as possible. She has the nerve to get up in my face like, no, you don't understand. He wants to stay here. And if he doesn't get to stay here, he's going to drop out of school. It's going to be your fault. And I was like, excuse me? Like, and I was like, no, ma'am, that's a conversation you and your son need to have because we're not. She's like, well, you'd be denying him his education, so it'd be your fault. I'm like, no, we wouldn't be denying him an education. We would be offering him education at the school where he currently resides. We'd be denying him education here, but the state would still be giving him free education at a different high school. I could be like, well, he's gonna drop out and it'll be your fault, and you know that'll be his life ruined. And I was like, dramatic much? Like, it's high school. Ugh. But she kept pushing it and like all over my face. Finally I was like, ma'am, look, at some point in his life your son has to learn that he's not going to get everything he wants, because that was her main argument was, well, this is what he wants. Well, he wants to graduate. Well, he's been with his friends. He wants to walk with his friends. Like, I was like, he needs to learn he's not getting everything he wants in life, and unfortunately if this is the time when he has to learn that, then maybe it's about time. And she was like, what? I was like, so I'll give this to the principal or send it to the district. I'll find out who it needs to go to and we'll contact you. She's like, you can't talk to me like that. I was like, we'll contact you, ma'am. Have a good day. Like, bye. Oh my God. But it was like a 15-minute conversation. I was done. I was so done. So, yeah. That was one of the main things I learned, is that oftentimes it's not the kids. It's the freaking parents who are a worst nightmare. Like, there's all those teachers memes about like crappy parents exist for a reason. Yeah, they're out there just waiting. We had a mom who like straight up wanted a tour and an interview with our music department to see if we were good enough for her son, who was an 8th grader moving into 9th grade. It was just a crazy school year, but it was fun. I like it. So far so good. So that's what I've been up to, mainly working at the high school, working at the insurance brokerage, which I still need to get my license for. And I've been saying that since last summer, so I need to get off my butt. That is all me, just being lazy about it. I mean, it is a really boring course. Like, the reading puts me to sleep. But I need to just suck it up and get it over with, you know? But yeah, funny because I thought when I left waitressing, all the like crazy stories would end. But no, there's crazies no matter what job you're in, you guys. Like, I should write a book. My life in the public. Experiences dealing with the madness that is humans. And we all have those stories, but good Lord Almighty. Alright guys, went ahead and did my mascara off camera. I used the Voluminous Lash Paradise base, and I like this stuff, but it comes off with so much product. Look at that. Can you guys see how full that is? It's because I scraped the excess product off the wand onto the ridge, and look at that. That's how much excess product it had. It is insane. Of course, I don't want to be wasteful, so I'm just gonna close it up now, but I figured I'd share with you guys. It's really good, but it's gonna be hella clumpy if you don't wipe it down, guys. So I used that, and I used the Tarteist mascara. It's just my favorite of the high-end versions. Yeah, that's what I've been using lately. And on my lips, I did decide the shade was a little too bright, so I added a little bit of this Stila Liquid Lip and Perla on top. Just kind of toned down. That is the finished look. So yes, where have I been? I've been working a lot. I'm sorry I haven't been on here. I do hope to get back to filming regularly. Yeah, if I have to get up early in the mornings to film, so it's quiet in my house. Sorry about all the weird noises. The construction is crazy. It honestly felt like an earthquake. Like, the house shook quite a few times where like, I'm like, well, okay, all right then. Like, we've had too many earthquakes recently. Calm down with this. But yeah, it's been fun. Anyways, thanks for catching up with me. I know this wasn't like the most fascinating get ready with me, but you know, I figured I would touch base, say hi, let you guys know I'm still around, I'm still living. It's just a matter of running out of time, having a noisy household, all kinds of things that have been keeping me from filming, but I will be back, I promise. I miss this so much. It's so sad. I've been like, I really want to update, I really want to film. God, they're screaming so much, like, it's just, yeah. So hopefully over the next couple weeks I'll be able to have a little bit more time. I also did go back to bullet journaling. I was doing it last year and kind of dropped the ball after November, but I decided, you know what, it really helped me to write down all my bills and like keep track of that. So if you guys want to see my bullet journal, let me know with a comment down below and I will share some pictures with you guys, or maybe do like my next spread with you guys. That would be great. But let me know if you're interested in those kind of videos in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.